Lula, lula, la. Lula, lula, la. Lula, lula, la. La, 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 Lula, lula.
TTC Audio presents In by the Hearth by Jimmie Chinn, with the part of Madam played by Jennifer Laney and Ursula by Merlin Lowther. In by the Hearth.
La, 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 la. Lula, la, lula, la, lula, la.
This is outrageous. It says here that I'm dead.
You haven't finished your breakfast.
Quietly at her home in Sussex. She was 84. Absolute rubbish.
Honestly, I go to the trouble of doing scrambled eggs and what happens? You've hardly touched it.
Well, I'm not taking this lying down. I shall write a stiff letter this afternoon after lunch. How can they think I'm dead?
Good money down the drain is this. You get no egg at all tomorrow. See how you like that. More tea?
They're obviously mixing me up with Dorothy Bickerstaff. Now, she did live in Sussex.
More tea or not? This is the last call.
I shall ring the editor. I know him. His mother was Lady Flockley, Harriet Skinner before she married. The worst, Juliet, I have ever had the misfortune to sit through. I shan't have any more tea. It was far too weak.
Oh, too weak, too strong, too hot, too cold. I'll get giddy with it all.
We don't live in Sussex, do we?
I wish you'd pull yourself together. We live in Hammersmith.
Is that in Sussex?
I should be doing your bedroom this morning, so I hope you haven't left it in a tip.
I shall require writing paper and envelopes. The white, I think. I saved the blue for letters of a more intimate nature.
The doctors you attend, don't forget, so you'll need clean nicks and things.
Doris, I do wish you wouldn't constantly refer to my undergarments. It's sordid. Have you read this obituary?
Read the Daily Mirror, you know that. You don't get obituaries in there.
I suppose no one ever dies in the Daily Mirror. Must you do that now?
And remember, I have to go out this morning, so I'll leave your lunch cold between two plates in the fridge. And I don't want you touching it before 1 o'clock, right?
Out? You're always out. Where to?
Now, don't start. You know perfectly well where to. I always visit my sister Dolly on Saturdays. There's another beside you calls for my attention.
How on earth am I expected to remember what my maid does on Saturday?
Oh, I see. Maid today, is it? What happened to housekeeper all of a sudden?
I'm sorry.
If I recall, all those years ago, I was employed as your dresser companion. No household duties, the advert said. I'll never flaming well stop.
Well, it's most inconvenient. When will you be back? When will you be back?
Before curtain up, so keep your hair on.
I must be ready by the half so that I can have my lie down.
You'll be the death of me, you will.
What did you say, dear?
Here's your post. 2 bills. 1 circular. And 1 from your Ursula.
How do you know that? You've been steaming open my letters again.
Don't need to steam open anything. I know your handwriting. She'll be after money again, mark my words.
It's none of your business.
Oh, well, if you say so. Soon will be when you've no money left to pay my wages and I have to leave you high and dry. Blooming Hoover's falling to bits. I don't work for nothing, you know. I'm not a sodding charity.
I can't hear a word you say. You must learn to enunciate properly, project. All these years in the theatre and you've learned nothing.
I said I am not a sodding charity.
You see? What a glorious line. You must use it. Take a deep breath. Fill the diaphragm and speak the speech as I pronounced it to you, trippingly on the tongue. Now, try again. I am not a sodding charity.
I should save all that for Sylvia. She'll be here at 12.
Sylvia? Who is Sylvia?
You know perfectly well who Sylvia is, so stop being grand. Where does all this dust come from? She's your pupil Saturday mornings, 12 to 1.
She's useless. Couldn't act her way out of a paper bag.
Yes, well, don't tell her that. You need the money. We need the money.
Where's my tea? You've cleared away my tea, woman.
And please don't call me woman. You know it gets my back up.
I suppose it was you who told this wretched newspaper I was dead, for spite.
Now come along. Bathroom, please. A nice bath and change into these lovely clean undies in case the doctor wants to look at you.
I refuse to be looked at.
You're an actress. You should be used to being looked at.
Not in my
I don't
underclothes.
see why not. They all strip off these days. You see it all the time on the telly. Even your daughter.
Please don't mention that to me. I was disgusted, ashamed. A very important part, she said. And what did it turn out to be? A corpse. Stark naked on a bed.
Well, it was important. The whole play was about her, wasn't it? And no lines to learn. I thought she was ever so good.
Of course she wasn't good. Ursula, sadly, has never been good in anything.
You wait. Next time I see her, I shall tell her what you said.
She knows what I think. When it came to handing out talent, Dame Fortune passed my daughter by. Have I had my breakfast? I'm peckish.
Too late. No more food till lunchtime.
I shall tell the doctor you starve me, deprive me of food, hide away my sweeties. You'll be reported to the authorities.
Yes, we've heard it all before.
What am I playing tonight?
Mother Courage. On ice.
I hate it. Dragging that great cart around the stage exhausts me. I must ask the stage manager to oil the wheels.
Who's that at this time? I'm not even dressed.
Keep your hair on. They'll probably send round a straitjacket for you.
I'm signing no autographs. Tell them I'm resting. Tell them that according to this, I'm dead.
I'm coming. Just a minute. Oh, Doctor, you're early. Come in. Let me take your coat.
Thank you, Doris. Oh, say, what dreadful weather we're having. I do hope it's convenient. I'd forgotten that it's my day at the hospital.
If it is Sir Godfrey, I'll see him. I want a word with him about his performance the other night. He's got to find more pace.
Oh, it's you.
Good morning, Eleanor. I hope I haven't caught you on the hop.
I don't want you. I'm not ill. I'm an actress. Actresses of my calibre are never ill.
Well, I must say, you're looking terribly well, dear. Doris looking after you, is she?
If it was left to her, I would have been dead years ago. I refuse to be injected.
No injections today. Just my little stethoscope. How's your chest?
My chest is none of your business.
She's off again.
Well, we'll have a little listen, shall we? Put our minds at rest. Well, just open your dressing gown, dear.
I'm sorry, Doctor. She isn't even dressed for the day yet.
No problem. There we are. Now a nice deep breath.
By the way, Doctor, she's in the obituaries again this morning. It's getting beyond a joke.
I shouldn't let it worry you, Doris. She's not half as silly as she makes out.
Well, I'll just go and do the washing up.
Right.
Why are you two whispering? Is it fatal?
I'm afraid not, dear. A bit of congestion, that's all. Another deep breath. Terrible notice in the Times for the new merchant at Stratford. He slaughters poor old child.
Good. Who's playing it?
Some new chap, apparently. A performance you could put between two slices of bread by all accounts. One more deep one, dear.
Off the television, I expect. No experience, no training, no talent. Oh,
Splendid. Yes, there really is a great improvement. How are the tablets?
as usual, no good whatsoever. Doris has got to go, Doctor. She's getting past it. My meals are late, undercooked, and she's so forgetful. Last night she was even late with my costume change in Act 3.
Oh, dear.
I know what it is. She wanted to ruin my performance. She knew the critics were in.
Well, you could always sack her, I suppose.
But where would she go? You know she has been with me for years. How could I be so heartless?
Yes, well, that's how it might appear, Eleanor.
Of course she's far too old. That's the top and bottom of it.
10 years younger than you, if I'm not mistaken.
She's got her bus pass. I know that for a fact. She goes all the way to see her sister Dolly for nothing. And the cinema, half price for the matinee. And, I hate to mention it, but she has developed a sordid fixation about my underclothes.
I shouldn't let it worry you, dear. The moment she starts trying to climb into bed with you, then we'll have a little word with her. Have you heard from Ursula?
When I ask you, do I ever hear from her?
I saw her on the television the other night. Jolly good, I thought. A bit too thin, perhaps.
How she can bear the family name and appear in rubbish like that is beyond me. We have always appeared in the classics.
It may be all that she's offered, Eleanor.
Are you surprised? I have never appeared on television, and I never shall.
Can I get you anything, Doctor?
Tea and biscuits, please, at once.
Not for you. I was asking the doctor.
No, thank you, Doris. I must dash.
I've been telling the doctor how incompetent you're becoming.
Oh, yeah.
We both agree you're past it. You should be put out to graze, thrown on the scrap heap. Isn't that what you said, Doctor?
I'm writing a prescription for some more tablets, Doris. She must be running short.
Thanks. I'll get them on the way to Dolly's.
I never see any tablets. She hoards them, waiting till she has hundreds. Then she can poison me with them.
Time for your bath. Otherwise you'll have Sylvia here. She won't want to see your sagging bosoms.
See what I mean, Doctor? This isn't a normal person speaking.
I'll pop in next week, Eleanor. Don't overdo things. And no sweeties or chocolate.
Oh, don't do this, don't do that. My life is a misery. I shall go over my lines for tonight and leave you to talk about me. I know what goes on behind my back. Oh, pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers.
Oh, you're a saint, Doris. I've no idea how you stick it.
She don't get any better, that's a fact. But she's harmless enough. Just hope to God I don't end up like that. Who'd look after me?
Well, you've always got your sister, I suppose.
You must be joking. Dolly's nearly as bad as her. Is Madam really better?
Strong as a horse, dear. It's all play acting. It's how she passes her time.
Every night, about 7 o'clock, she still thinks she's about to go on the stage, you know. I have to get her ready, call the half, then beginners, please. Sad, really.
Yes. If only Ursula would visit more often.
She won't come. Not unless it's to borrow more money. There's a letter from her on the table. Unopened, of course. Madam never reads them.
Oh, well, it's none of our business, I suppose. I must be off, dear. I'll see you next week.
I'll see you out. I'll get your coat.
Oh, thank you, Doris. I wonder if it's still raining outside.
Hope not. It's always blooming well raining.
Yes. Oh, look, it is. Never mind.
Bye, Doctor.
Goodbye.
Lula, lula, la, 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 lula, la, lula,
What to do to die today at a minute or two? A thing distinctly hard to say, but a harder thing to do.
What a to-do to die today at a minute or two?
No, Sylvia. Your voice sounds like something out of a tin, a small, horrid tin. Can't you do something with it?
I am trying, madam.
Listen to me. What a to-do to die today at a minute or two? Can you not hear the difference, the quality of sound?
I think so, madam.
To be an actress of outstanding quality, one must have a voice like a musical instrument. One should be able to play upon it as though it were a cathedral organ.
I've never heard a cathedral organ, madam.
Sylvia, are you trying to be facetious?
I don't think so, madam.
Try this. Around the rugged rocks the ragged rascal ran.
Around the rugged rocks the ragged rascal ran.
Oh, I see. We seem to have a problem here. Sit down, dear. Come on, come and sit beside me. We'll try something else. What about this? Betty Botter bought some butter for to make her batter better, but this butter only made her batter bitter. Say it, Sylvia.
Oh, better.
Betty.
Betty Batter.
Botter!
Betty Bitter bought some batter.
Sylvia, the woman's name is Betty Botter, and she bought some butter for to make her batter better.
It's no good, madam. I'm useless.
I thought you wanted to play Juliet one day.
I do, madam. I do. But I'm not any good.
Oh, well, don't cry. Don't get upset. Here, dear, have a tissue. It isn't that important, Sylvia.
But it is, madam. It's very important to me. I want to be on the stage. Like you, madam.
Well, fine. Fine, Sylvia. But perhaps we should set our sights a little lower than Juliet.
But I know the lines in everything, madam.
Listen to me, Sylvia. An actress, a truly great actress, must know her limitations, dear. I mean, look at me. I couldn't, for instance, play, well, I couldn't play...
You see? You can't think of anything. And that's because you're a wonderful actress. My teacher says so.
Does he really? What's his name?
She, madam. My English teacher's a she, Miss Tentylow. She goes to theatre all the time and she's seen you.
Not for rather a long time, I'm afraid.
But she has seen you, madam. She saw you up west in the apple garden.
The apple garden? I think you mean the cherry orchard, Sylvia.
That's it. She said you played in all sorts of plays, madam.
She must be rather elderly, your teacher.
She is. She's dead ancient. But she's a smashing teacher. I told her you was giving me lessons to be an actress, and she was very impressed.
Oh, yes?
Shall we try again, madam?
I'm sorry.
Here. You all right, madam?
Yes, Sylvia, I'm fine, dear.
I can do Horace, madam. I can do that one. Oh, Horace isn't horrid when you're hot and in a hurry and you have to hold your hat on with your hand. How's that?
Well done! Very well done, Sylvia. I think you deserve a reward for that. What about some chocolate? Oh, dear. I do believe my housekeeper has
don't worry,
forgotten
madam.
to...
I brought you some. I know how much you like it.
Sylvia, you're a very thoughtful student. By far the best one I have.
I thought I was the only one you had.
Are you? Well, perhaps you're right.
It's fruit and nut, madam. So I hope you haven't got dentures.
My teeth, thank God, are all mine. I did pay for most of them, but they are mine. What an enormous bar of chocolate. Are we to share?
Oh, no. It's all yours. I mustn't eat chocolate. Brings out my zits.
This is scrumptious, Sylvia. But you are naughty. You mustn't go spending your pocket money on me.
Why not? You won't take any money for me lessons, and my mum says that's taking liberties, and I wouldn't want to do that, would I?
Your mum's really keen on you becoming an actress. She told me so.
She'd like me to be like Madonna, madam.
Madonna?
She's an actress, madam. She's been in films and everything. She sings and dances and stuff like that. Oh, madam.
What's the matter? What can you see?
In your garden, madam. There's a woman. She looks ever so sad just standing there in the rain.
A woman? Are you sure it's not Doris back from her sister's? Oh, my God.
What's wrong?
It's her.
Her?
Ursula, my daughter. If we hide, Sylvia, we can pretend to be out. Crouch down here.
It's too late, madam. She spotted me. Well,
what?
we can't just hide like this. You'll have to open the door.
I don't see why. It's my door. I can do with it as I wish.
It isn't. This isn't fair, madam. I'm very embarrassed. She's seen me. She might think I'm holding you prisoner. Beating you up even. Teenagers round here have a terrible reputation, madam.
Oh, very well. Let her in. But I'm only doing it for your sake. I shan't speak to her.
Hello, miss. Madam's through here.
Who are you?
I'm Sylvia. Shall I take your coat?
Thank you.
You're all wet.
Yes, well, it is raining out there.
Tell her nothing, Sylvia. Tell her to mind her own business.
Don't worry. I can handle Madam. I've been doing it most of my life. Hello, Mother.
You're too late. I'm dead. It's in all the papers. I died quietly at my home in Sussex, aged 84.
Where's Doris?
I sacked her. She became far too eccentric, staying out late, bringing strange men home, setting fire to things. My doctor insisted I dispense with her services.
It's not true, miss.
I'm sure it isn't. And who's this young lady?
A neighbour's girl. She comes to borrow sugar.
Oh, madam, that's a fib. I'm her pupil, miss. She teaches me to act.
Yes, Sylvia, and like my daughter here, you're not very good at it.
Save your insults, Mother. They hurt me no longer.
Yeah. Hang on. Didn't I see you on television? Inspector McDougal Investigates, wasn't it? You was smashing, miss.
Smashing? She wasn't even alive and most unsuitably attired.
I wrote to you, Mother. I told you I was coming.
I never received it. The post around these parts is so unreliable. I can offer you tea and nothing else.
Tea will be fine.
Sylvia, tea, please, for 2, now.
Here, hang about. I can't make tea. Me mum does all that in her house.
Imagine you're my maid. It shouldn't be too difficult.
I wouldn't know where to start, madam.
I thought you wanted to be an actress. Here's your chance. Act. We'll have Earl Grey, black, with a slice of lemon.
Who's Earl Grey when he's at home?
Ordinary tea will do, Sylvia. My mother hates to admit that I've come down in the world.
Oh, well. I can only try my best. But I can't guarantee nothing.
The wooden tray, not the plastic, and the paper doily, please. We had to pawn the silver tray in order to buy food.
Save it, Mother. I'm sure your sense of humour is way above the girl's head.
She's a simpleton. Her mother does our washing, but she's quite harmless. Why do you look at me like that?
I stood out there in the rain, hoping just this once you might be pleased to see me.
If it's money you're after, I haven't any.
I'm not in need of money this time.
Oh, don't tell me you're employed. Wonders will never cease.
I've just finished a tour. They didn't pay much, but I managed to save.
A tour? Hamlet? The Scottish play? She Stoops? I've toured them all.
A terrible thriller, actually. I was gassed at the end of Act 1.
Fully clothed, I trust. You seem to be making a habit of dying early in the proceedings.
Mother, please, for the first time in our lives, could we talk about things that matter?
The theatre has always mattered to me, Ursula, but then I was born to be an actress.
Yes, and you've been doing it ever since, both on stage and off. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. No one puts me in a temper like you do.
Very well. If you insist, let us speak of mundane matters. How's Roger?
His name was Robert, and he left me almost a year ago. It's Malcolm now.
You seem to get through your men at the rate of knots. I was faithful to your father until the day he died, and he to me.
I refuse to rise to the bait, Mother. I'm not here to quarrel. Am I allowed to say how well you're looking?
I'm not. My doctor was here only this morning. Apparently I could go at any time. And why do you wear such unsuitable clothes? And your hair, it usedn't to be that colour. You should grow old gracefully. I'm not afraid to do so.
I'm tired. It's a long journey. May I sit?
You look dreadful. And you're still smoking.
I can't help it. Anyway, it's too late now.
Are you in trouble again?
No, I'm not in trouble.
Unwell?
Mother, if you'd taken the trouble to read my letter...
The kettle's on and here's the cups. And no lemons, sorry. I've searched high and low.
Quietly, Sylvia, quietly. If you want this job permanently, you'll have to do better than this.
I don't want the job at all, madam. Where shall I put these?
Put the tray on the table. Gently! And when you've brought the tea, you may leave us. My daughter and I have things to discuss.
You've changed your tune. She wasn't going to speak to you at all, miss.
That will do, Sylvia. I hope you've warmed the pot.
Warm the pot? What for?
Perhaps it would be simpler if I made the tea.
I don't mind, miss, honest. I was just beginning to get the hang of it.
Sylvia, would you mind awfully if we cut our lesson short? I'll make it up to you next week.
I don't mind. She seems ever so nice, madam. You can tell she belongs to you.
She does try, Sylvia, but we haven't always seen eye to eye over the years.
You shouldn't be too hard on her, madam. She is your daughter, and she doesn't look too well if you ask me.
Sylvia, before you go, pass me that letter, would you? On the table.
Yes.
Thank you, dear.
Want me to open it for you?
I can manage. I'm not completely senile. Now, where are my glasses?
with the exercises, madam? I spend a week on Betty Botter. I like that one. No R's in it, is there? Madam? Oh well. I'll see you next week. I'll bring plain chocolate next time. I can see you don't like the nuts. Bye, madam. Madam?
You've read the letter, then? I'm sorry if it's come as a shock. Now you see why I thought it best to write it all down. Face to face, and being the bad actress I am, I'd have made it sound rather too melodramatic.
I don't know what to say, Ursula.
Perhaps that you're sorry.
Of course I am, but it seems so inadequate.
These things happen every day. Foolishly, we think they will never happen to us.
How long have you known?
Several months.
And you never told me.
What was the point? What good would it have done?
You were always secretive, even as a child. Even then, you kept things from me.
Here, drink this. It'll do you good.
When might this thing happen?
No one can say for certain. But it can't be long now. I've had a couple of operations. I thought I was clear.
Operations? I'm your mother. I had a right to know.
The last thing I wanted was you at my bedside, being dramatic, making a scene.
That isn't fair, Ursula.
I was instructed to rest, Mother, to avoid all forms of stress. We'd have been at each other's throats.
Why must you always make me out to be a gorgon? I have feelings like everyone else.
Let's just say we agreed to keep it to ourselves and leave it at that.
We?
The consultant and I. And my doctor, of course. I didn't want any fuss, Mother.
But this Malcolm, what about him? Surely he should be told.
He won't be interested. Anyway, we don't live together. After Robert left, I decided I was better on my own. Apart from which, Malcolm's an actor. He's working abroad. He wouldn't want his schedule disrupting.
You speak of him so callously. Actors are the most caring people. He would fly home at once.
Oh, come off it, Mother. Father, caring.
How dare you say that, Ursula? How dare you?
I'm sorry. I should learn to keep my mouth shut.
Your father was always here when I needed him. It was you who disappeared. It was I who was left to pick up the pieces.
You admit there were pieces to be picked up, then? Why do you walk about with your eyes closed? Father didn't give that much for either of us, and you know it.
I refuse to speak of it. I was satisfied with my life. It was you who was always unable to hold a relationship together. Tom, Dick, Harry, Roger, Robert, or whatever they call themselves. All of them fallen by the wayside. Have you never loved anybody?
I've never been allowed to. I've always chosen people who cared only for themselves.
I suppose I'm included in that. And your father?
I must have a cigarette.
Cigarettes? And in your condition? Here, have some chocolate instead.
I thought chocolate was banned in this house.
It was a present from Sylvia. She at least seems fond of me.
I hope you're not filling her head with all this theatrical nonsense.
I am helping her to fulfill her dreams. Is there anything wrong in that?
What's the point if she isn't any good?
She isn't. In fact, she's quite dreadful. It's a phase she's going through. One day she'll be quite content to work in Woolworths. And please don't eat all the chocolate.
Oh, Mother.
Why do you laugh?
You're still very funny, Mother. Cruel, but funny.
Cruel? How can you?
Perhaps that's what I should have done. Worked in a shop. I might have been happier.
Nonsense! You could have been a good actress. Heaven knows we tried hard enough. Your father encouraged you, got you into drama school. I gave you the benefit of all my experience. You had great potential, but you squandered it.
I was untalented, Mother. You should have seen that and pointed me elsewhere. I've spent my life in a profession for which I am unsuited.
Rubbish! The theatre's in your blood. With dedication, commitment, you could have scaled the heights.
You're talking nonsense, Mother. I was always shy, inept, gawkish. It was obvious from the beginning, my first job, that I was never going to be any good,
You should have been honest.
You got work. You wouldn't have been employed if they didn't think you had possibilities.
He was giving them money. They had to return the favour somehow.
Please do not speak of your father like that.
It's true.
I refuse to listen.
That seedy rep where I started, it was on its last legs. Father paid for that last season to go ahead. He even chose the plays.
Splendid plays.
And as if that wasn't enough, I even had to sleep with the director.
Ursula, your tongue.
I wouldn't be surprised if that wasn't part of the deal.
This is revolting. Charles Penwarren was a married man.
Charles Penwarren was a dirty old man. And I was 19.
I want you to go. Leave this minute. You're making me ill.
Why did you put me through all that?
You're demented. Your illness is causing you to ramble.
Father knew what was going on. I saw the way they looked at each other. The nudges, the winks, the leers over a double brandy in the theatre bar.
I don't believe it. Your father, Charles Penwarren? I knew his wife, a most respectable woman. She couldn't act, but she was respectable.
She at least was kind to me. She saw what was happening.
She fell downstairs in Heartbreak House and never worked again.
You don't listen, do you, Mother? You never did. Anyway, none of it matters now. And your tea's getting cold. The storm seems to be past. It stopped raining. There's even a shaft of sunshine. Why do you choose to live here? It's so noisy, so ugly.
It's all I can afford. The big house became a liability. Too many bills, far too large to keep warm in winter. Besides, Doris is getting on. This little house is perfect. And it's close to town, the theatres, the concerts, the art galleries.
You never go out.
How do you know what I do with my life? You know nothing.
Are you ever offered work?
All the time. The telephone never stops ringing, but the parts are all piffling. Why did you come here?
To tell you I was dying.
You did that in the letter.
Perhaps I wanted to hear someone say I shall be missed. Did you miss Father when he died?
How can you ask such a dreadful question?
Please, Mother, I beg of you, be honest, just this once.
Am I not always honest? No. No, I didn't miss him. I didn't miss his drinking or his not coming home at nights. I didn't miss having to cover for him, having to sober him up to get him to the theatre by the half. His inability to remember his lines, his appalling behaviour in front of the entire company. I didn't miss his disgusting conduct with every young girl he came into contact with. And most of all, I didn't miss his rudeness to me, his insults, his constant accusations, his jealousy when I got a good notice and he didn't. No, I did not miss your father when he died, Ursula. There, I've said it. I've finally said it.
Thank you.
I hope you're satisfied.
Is that why you shut me out? Because I saw all those things? Because I saw and understood and felt sorry for
I
you?
don't need to be felt sorry for. Is that why you never came to his funeral? I never had the courage to ask you.
I wanted to come, for your sake. But it was easier to stay away.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It was all so long ago. Life will go on. Oh, I'm sorry.
We've wasted so much time, you and I. All these years we could have been together. We could have been friends.
Doubt it. I've grown far too selfish in my old age. I lead poor old Doris a dance, pretending to be gaga, demanding this and that. It's odd, really. When your father died, I was relieved not to have to play the role of the loving wife any longer. But here I am, acting a different part.
It's one of the penalties for being an actress. You look in the mirror and wonder who you're supposed to be tonight. You were always so different when he wasn't there. Everyone saw that. You could be warm and funny. Yet as soon as he walked in, you became as shy and awkward as I was.
I don't want to talk about it. It's over.
Are we similar, you and I?
Oh, heaven forbid. You have many of his infuriating ways. No wonder that endless line of lovers always left you.
But I don't miss them, Mother, especially now. And there we are alike. I wouldn't want anyone feeling sorry for me either.
But where will you go? What will you do?
I shall stay at home. I love my little cottage. You've never been, have you? It's quiet, peaceful, no traffic, no people. I shall work quietly in my garden and wait.
I need someone to do my garden. As you see, it's grown as mad as I have.
It is a mess, I agree.
You could do it. Doris would make the tea. I could look after you.
Thank you, Mother. But no, I prefer the silence of Sussex. I'd miss the sea.
Don't panic. It's only me. Would you believe I got caught in all that rain? Heaven knows what it'll do to my rheumatism. Oh, God help us, look what the wind's blown in.
Hello, Doris.
Well, all I hope is you haven't been upsetting her. It's me who bears the brunt, remember?
Oh, do stop moaning, woman.
Excuse me. I'll just get out of these wet things.
Oh, dear. Perhaps I ought to be going.
This is my house. The woman's only a servant.
I can hear you. I'm not deaf, you know.
Perhaps I could come to you, Ursula.
I couldn't stand it, Mother. You'd only be a nuisance.
I could make hot soup when it's cold, treacle toffee, ginger snaps, just like the old days.
I need to be alone. I need to think things over.
I could make a log fire when the evenings start to draw in. I could be a mother to you, Ursula.
You haven't even touched your lunch.
It was inedible.
And what's this? Chocolate. Now, what did the doctor say only this morning?
It's all right, Doris. It's mine.
But
Well, you should know better than to tempt her with chocolate. She's a shocker when it comes to sweets. I just thank God she don't drink, otherwise I'd have all that to put up with.
How's Dolly?
Oh, just the same. I could see what's going to happen. I could spot it a mile off. I'll no sooner be rid of your mother than I'll have Dolly round my neck. Hope you're not expecting something to eat. I haven't catered for company.
Oh, no. I shall be on my way soon.
Good, because I've got to get your mother ready for the matinee. It's Saturday, remember? 2 shows today. Excuse me.
Matinee? What's she on about, Mother?
now you see what I have to put up with. One can but humour her.
I'm pleased I came, Mother. I had my doubts, but it was an easier goodbye than I'd imagined. Oh, please destroy the letter. I'd rather Doris didn't know.
Shall I write? Phone? How will I know?
You'll know when the time comes.
Are you happy? I must know that.
I'm fine. At least now my time's my own. No more chasing round the country in those ghastly plays. Playing to 12 people at a Wednesday matinee. Lousy hotel rooms in unwelcoming towns. Or lonely midnight meals of beans on toast. No more lines to learn. What absolute bliss.
It's hard to face life without a little imagination, Ursula. Without a tiny spotlight. I wish I were as brave as you.
You will be. And perhaps sooner than you think.
I'm sorry if you think I was to blame for your unhappiness. I did only what I thought was best. Your father always wanted you to be a great actress.
He must have died disappointed.
I'm not sure I care anymore. Charles Penn Warren. Ursula. Really. I played Beatrice to his Benedict in Bristol. He was useless.
You've always judged everyone by their acting ability, Mother. If it's any consolation, he was useless in bed too.
I see. That's all we ever get in this house. Dirty, smutty, theatrical talk.
You shouldn't be listening.
At least Ursula seems happy. I expect, knowing you got what you came for.
Yes, Doris. I got what I came for. Goodbye, Mother. You know where I am. Goodbye, Doris. Take care of her.
Bloomin' sauce! Did you hear that? Take care of you. Fat lot she cares.
I'm peckish. I need my lunch.
All right, keep your hair on. I'll just get it out of the kitchen. But you'll have to hurry. You know you don't usually eat before you go on stage. And we don't want indigestion on top of everything else, do we? What's that you're tearing up? Her letter, I suppose?
Yes, it's no use to me now I've seen her.
Right. What are you playing today, then?
What are you going on about, woman?
All I'm saying is you don't want to be late. You know you like to be in the theatre by the half.
Doris?
Yes, madam?
Doris, I've reached a decision.
Oh, yes, madam.
I'm not going on this afternoon.
I beg your pardon?
Get the understudy. She can go on in my place.
The understudy. But, madam, you've never missed a performance in your life.
I shall not be going on this evening either. I've given up the theatre. I'm sick of it.
Oh, my God, this is it. Shall I run for the doctor? Do you feel all right, madam?
I'm perfectly well, thank you, Doris. In fact, I've never felt better in my life.
Lula, lula, la. Lula, lula, la.
That was In by the Half by Jimmie Chinn. Jennifer Laney played Madam and Merlin Lowther Ursula. Doris was played by Doris Winsborough and Sylvia by Catherine Early. The Doctor was played by Jack Smurden and the incidental music sung by Wendy Bedford. Sound recording by Charles Halford and Chris Donovan, assisted by Chris Davis and Richard Elliott. Sound effects were by Annie Davis and Bridget Norman. The play was directed by Kenneth Mason.
La